the loss of someone in your life like that, it's not something you come to terms with it, but it's always a loss,
Yeah.
There's always going to be that hole in your life.
Yeah.
It just, the edges of it become less raw, but the hole's still there. And you kind of get used to it to a certain degree, but it's still, it's still a loss.
Hey everybody, it's me, Shay. Welcome back to Grief Witnessed, where we remember, where we tell the stories, and where grief is allowed to exist without fixing it. Today I am here with my father-in-law, and let me tell you guys, it is such a gift to have him here. His name's Tom. This is Tanner's dad. Tanner and Tom are very similar. I think they look very similar. Tanner is half Native American, so we would always joke that he's just a brown version of Tom. So it is a gift to have Tom here because he is very private with his emotions.
Yeah. And then we go to group therapy and I do all the talking.
Yes. And then we go to group therapy and he does all the talking. But in the public eye and just most people's eyes, he's just more private with his emotions. So it's a gift to have him here. I was surprised when he offered to come. So I'm very grateful that you're here, Tom. So thank you.
My pleasure. Well, I don't know. Just seemed kind of like it was a good time to do it.
Yeah.
We just, this is starting off great.
It's okay.
No, just yesterday was 1 year.
Yeah.
And it's harder than you think. You think, because I don't really care about, we kind of create these anniversaries and things, like birthdays or whatever. And I don't put a lot of stock into that sometimes, although it's nice to have a day to celebrate something. But on this occasion, you wouldn't think you would mark the occasion at all because it doesn't seem like anything worth celebrating. But there's something inside of you that knows that it was this time. I just think our biological clock, the weather or something just takes you back to the year before. So, it's as we've approached this, the 25th of June, it's been a hard month, as you know.
Yeah.
So,
the body remembers. I felt that.
I didn't know that. Well, I kind of did, but I didn't ever think of it like that. But my dad, when I was a kid, was killed in July. And, but I didn't really start missing him till the fall. And so for years, I'd get a little blue in the fall. And fall's a lot of good stuff in the fall with football and everything, but there's a certain kind of weather that comes and this feeling of, I don't know how to describe it, but dark blue kind of comes over me a little bit. Even now, a little bit. But Tanner, complete opposite, passed away in the spring. Early summer, spring. So anyway, so I've been going through that as Kim has, as Spencer has. You've been going through it, your parents. And Spencer told me that his therapist talked to him about that, about the body remembering. And so I heard that first from Spencer. So, and now you're the second person that said it.
There's a book about it. It's called The Body Keeps the Score. It's a good book. You should read it. You like to read?
Yeah, should do that.
Yeah. I know about your relationship with Tanner, but people, the world doesn't know. So tell us about, your relationship with Tanner and what it was like raising him.
Tanner, special kid. He just was always so friendly, over the top friendly, and happy and generally positive, and he was just a lot of fun, very creative. And we had similar interests as he was growing up, as far as, I don't know. He liked the same books I liked and that kind of thing. As he got older, history and that kind of thing. When he was younger, I read him the first couple of Harry Potter books, and that kind of started him on. He liked to read, so which was a real blessing for him, because we were in Taiwan for a couple of years, so first grade and second grade for him.
Mm-hmm.
So he was learning things, right? But he learned them in Mandarin. So when he came home, he lost most of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good thing he was a reader, because that's, I think, got him through. I'm like, well, at least his math will translate right. But he learned math in Mandarin.
Mm-hmm.
So the multiplication tables that he had learned in Mandarin completely had to start over.
Oh.
He just, what do you know this? He's like, yeah, I know it in Chinese. I don't know it in English. I'm like, you don't know it in English? He's like, no, he just memorized this whole Chinese song, basically, which was the multiplication table, but it was just something as a rote memorization. He didn't really know them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So anyway, but Tanner was just a ton of fun. He was just creative, and I don't know, he was just fun. Tanner was not just like me. He was a fun version of me, and the personality, what color's your parachute thing, I had very little yellow, but Tanner had a lot of yellow.
Yeah.
He liked to, he was just so hanging out with Tanner was always fun, but we liked the same kind of movies. And, we, one of our last little adventures last May, I think early May, we went to a movie, me and Spencer and Tanner, and
what'd you see?
The Accountant 2, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what we saw. And we had to change oxygen tanks in the middle, and that kind of went off. Something went off and it was spraying oxygen, and we were in the dark, and we changed it over.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. And we got it changed over. So we had to turn on one of our, iPhone lights to get it changed. And it was a stressful 30 seconds. We disturbed the movie a little bit. But that was our last little adventure, I think, was going to the movie, me and Spencer and Tanner. But anyway, Tanner was just a delight,
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the fun thing, because obviously most kids like to do fun stuff, but he also would go home teaching without complaint. He was also in for the helping people part, and he was my home teaching companion for years.
Aww.
And
for anyone who doesn't know, home teaching is like kind of a religious thing, just being a friend to people in your church congregation, basically.
Yeah.
It's
how you kind of look after your neighbors a little bit and just see how they're doing. And they don't call it that anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he was my little buddy to go and just visit with people. And then growing up, I had callings that were in this, young men's or in scouting with him when he was young. And then I also followed Spencer through the same scouting youth programs, whatever, when he was growing up. So I don't know. I just had a lot of fun with Tanner.
Yeah.
And he was just he was just a good kid. He's special. He was always, the little kid on the front porch saying, "Hey, my name's Tanner Martin. Want to be my friend?" I mean, that was him.
Totally him.
Yeah. And that was, he didn't understand people not being friendly, because that was just his setting, was friendliness.
Yeah.
So it really hurt his feelings when people weren't friendly, and it would sometimes tick him off. Like he had surprising amount of road rage.
Yeah.
Because, people being impolite really bothered him on a deep level. Like, why not let?
Even as an adult, people online that were mean or rude, he's like, I just don't get it.
Yeah. So, impoliteness or rudeness, or he just I fundamentally didn't get it, and it kind of angered him because it just seemed so unnecessary.
Yeah.
But Tanner was just a light that was always friendly and always fun and always on. So I know people gave us a compliment all the time. Like, how did you raise such a good kid? And like, he just came to us like that.
Yeah.
That's how he was always, he was always super friendly.
Yeah, you guys, I would always view you guys as like two peas in a pod. You would get together and you have the same, very, very similar humor. Maybe his is a little bit more politically correct than yours.
I'm older, so yeah.
Yeah, but you guys are really, really, really good friends. And he would always talk about how you're like one of his best friends. He said that last night for Tanner's Angelversary, we watched his life story, and one of the things he said was how you're his best friend. And I said, besides me.
Yeah. Yeah. When he'd call, say, let's do something.
Yeah.
It was just, let's do it. Yeah. There was no checking with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So, yeah. So, but I'm grateful that we, have that belief and that faith that, he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
And that we'll see him again. Even yesterday morning when I woke up, there was a feeling of peace that was similar to that feeling of peace that we had a year ago after he had passed.
Mm-hmm.
And he was no longer suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Because, we it's easy to sometimes forget what he went through during that period of time.
I could never forget that. It was hell.
Yeah, it was. And even like, I think you had a post yesterday of him saying, hi, I'm Tanner Martin, like a montage of that.
Mm-hmm.
And half of those, like, oh my gosh, he looks so sick.
Yes.
So tired.
Yes.
So he was doing it, but it was effort on his part.
Yeah.
And, I forgot that sometimes he was just, anyway. So yeah, it was a tough way to go. He definitely went through the refiner's fire on the way out.
Yeah, I mean, I know my perspective of him being diagnosed and kind of going through that process. And like, I came to a point of probably some radical acceptance, but tell me how the process was for you with him getting diagnosed and it becoming terminal.
We were, basically, I was the opposite of you.
Yeah.
You were get a list and start, I was on denial, as long as possible as a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
So I couldn't watch like, you
Our
guys
videos.
I couldn't watch your videos.
Yeah.
Because, you go to the funeral home and picking out a casket. I'm like, what the crap? I just like, no, I'm not going to deal with that,
Yeah.
So I probably more than anybody was in denial the longest. And maybe in some ways I still am.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this is my first therapy session since Tanner passed away.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's probably not good. So,
yeah,
that's why I came.
As a therapist,
I came for some free therapy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's filmed, but other than that, that's why I'm here. So, anyway.
But those things that Tanner and I did together, we had fun. They were very lighthearted, and I would have much rather had them be lighthearted and fun and have those memories than do it after Tanner died.
Sure. Yeah. No,
but I get, yeah.
I couldn't, I just wasn't in a place to be lighthearted about it. So I just avoided it.
Yeah.
And I'm still, the loss of someone in your life like that, it's not something you come to terms with it, but it's always a loss,
Yeah.
There's always going to be that hole in your life.
Yeah.
It just, the edges of it become less raw,
Mm-hmm.
but the hole's still there. And you kind of get used to it to a certain degree, but still, it's still a loss.
Yeah.
And so anyway.
Yeah, my mom and I were talking about kind of the difference of like losing Tanner as far as the role he played for people. Like he was my husband, but he's your son. And like someday someone can fill that role for me to be my husband, but no one ever fills that role again, really, for being your son.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's no replacing Tanner.
Yeah. Which, I mean, when widows get remarried, I don't think they are trying to replace the husband, but just fill the role.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, people do get, remarried, and that's a good thing, whether, after being widowed or divorced. I mean,
yeah.
You always hope someone, finds someone and that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as far as your son goes, you just have memories and the hope of being reunited.
Yeah.
In the eternities and I make Spencer do stuff with me. He's a little more reluctant.
Yeah, Spencer is the youngest son. So it was Tanner and Spencer. So
yeah, and there's 5 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Spencer likes some of the same stuff. He doesn't talk as much. I have to force it out of him.
Yeah. Pressure
him. Like, all right, we're going to watch this movie. And he's pretty skeptical most of the time. But then afterwards, he'll be like, okay, yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Some action movie from the 80s. And he's like, oh, okay. Actually, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
and like Tanner would always be game to watch whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Tanner was all in or had already seen it or, whatever. But
it was hard finding a movie that Tanner had not seen.
Yeah. Tanner was all in on of course, like the Star Wars stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And Indiana Jones stuff. And then, anyway, anything sci-fi or fantasy, all that stuff, he had pretty much seen it. And he likes serious movies too. He had a heart and he liked to watch I'm sure he went and saw movies with you. You guys probably saw different movies than.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
So I watched those movies too. I've seen The Green Book with Kim many times.
Yep. Well, that was like one of Tanner's favorites.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's Kim's go to sleep movie.
It's because she watched it so many times with Tanner.
Yeah. Probably so.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, I know. I just just had so much fun with Tanner. He's one of those guys that you just love to hear him laugh.
Oh, yeah. His jolly laugh. Very loud, jolly laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss that.
Yeah.
And he could. Anyway, Tanner was just a good kid. And he liked to laugh. He liked to make people laugh.
Mm-hmm.
So he was funny. When he was like, 4 years old, he learned his first joke.
Oh my gosh.
And the joke was, what is a dog if he doesn't have any hair? Something like that. And the punchline is he would be a little bear.
A little bear?
Uh-huh.
I don't get it.
No hair. So he's bear.
Oh, I get it.
I think I told it wrong. But Tanner, when he told it, was, what would you have if your dog had no hair? And people would be like, I don't know. And then he'd say, he'd be naked. And then he'd do this belly laugh. He told that to all of his grandparents. And they're like, oh,
Yeah, that's a funny joke.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was Tanner's first joke that he told.
What is it like to have Tanner's daughter, Amy Lou?
Oh, she's just like a light,
Mm-hmm.
a joy. Being a grandparent is, you think it's going to be awesome, and it's even more awesome than you think it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Just something very special. And there are a lot of similarities between her and Tanner. She looks a little bit like him.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tanner was a brown version of me. Amy Lou is a white version of Tanner. So
she got the white from me.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah. She's a lot lighter skinned than Tanner, but she's got right now she's got his beautiful brown eyes, which is awesome. Although we saw blue in her eyes last night.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, anyway. So who knows if they'll stay brown, but they're brown right now.
Yeah. I think they'll stay brown.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw some blue in there. But she's just adorable, and she's friendly, and she's just hilarious. And some of her actions, sometimes she looks like you, and then a lot of times she looks like Tanner. And some of her mannerisms were like Tanner, and some of the things she does crack me up. Like when she pats her belly.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Tanner. I've seen her dad do that so many times.
Yeah.
And, both just mostly as a joke or just kind of being funny. But to see her do that was hilarious. And then she likes to pat my belly, which is also hilarious. And
she pats her belly and says, Papa, which is my dad. So there must be something about the grandpas and the belly.
The grandpa bellies.
Yeah.
She's funny. And she's just starting to talk. So,
a lot.
Yeah. And anyway, it's just amazing. In fact, I was hoping she'd be here when I got here. But
yeah, that'd be great for the recording audio.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I look forward to maybe stopping by and seeing her on the way home. But I just love hanging out with her because she's just adorable and hilarious, and it's just a lot of fun. So, but it takes me back to when Tanner was that same age, So she's almost as friendly as Tanner was.
Yeah, some of the baby videos and pictures from the video last night, I was like, wow. Like they look pretty similar.
Yeah. She's a little chunk, not quite as much as Tanner.
Yeah.
But almost, And she really reminds us of Tanner.
I fear she may have the Martin height.
Well,
we'll see.
She might. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
You're really tall.
Yeah, well, I am tall.
For a girl, very tall. And then Tanner was way taller than me. Like
He's way taller than you and Kim. He was like 5'10", and you guys are...
Yeah. Much shorter.
Much shorter.
I know. So, but yeah, it's possible she's more like Spencer, right? Who's like our height, basically.
Yeah.
So, the Martins kind of come in those two sizes,
I hope she's tall like me.
The 5'5" and the 5'10". That's kind of the two sizes Martins come in.
Yeah.
I've got one brother who's 5'5" and one brother who's 5'10". So, yeah, 50-50. So, anyway, but we love Amy Lou. We love spending time with her, and it's just a joy to watch her. So
there's two parts of me. One part is like, man, I don't feel like we should ever use a child to like get us through trauma. But the other part of me is like, wow, I do not know how any of us would do this without having her. I
believe both of those things as well. Like in theory, you don't use little babies as life vests, right?
No,
they're not emotional floaties or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know how we would get through without her.
Yeah.
And it's been nice having Luke hang out with us as well.
Yeah.
So he's been he's been my little buddy the last several months. I guess it's been almost a year, right?
Yeah. So people probably don't know. I don't know if people know who Luke is, but Luke is mine and Tanner's dog that we got when Tanner was diagnosed with cancer. And after Tanner died, I don't even know if I've told you this, but I felt numerous times that Tanner is going to make me cry, that Tanner wanted me to give you guys Luke.
Oh.
Because he was such a big part of mine and Tanner's life through all of that. And I was so stubborn because Luke's my baby and he's been my baby for a long time. And so I resisted that for a really long time. And when you guys brought him down to Arizona, and every time you guys would leave to go someplace when you were visiting in Arizona, he would get so upset. Luke gets so upset and he'd just go and he'd scratch at the door. And I can't believe I'm crying over this, but he was my baby. And so I just felt from Tanner again, like that he really wanted me to give you guys Luke. Oh, and man, did I resist that.
I didn't know that. But it just kind of felt right to kind of, and I think we started taking him like during Tanner's last couple months because you had your hands full.
With Amy Lou, yeah.
Yeah. And so you guys just didn't really have a lot of bandwidth because you had Tanner who's super sick and you had a new baby.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Luke, he's a good dog, but also he requests a little more attention than the average dog. He's
a lot of attention.
A little demanding.
Yes.
A little manipulative. Still that way. His bowl's got food in it, but it's not the kind of food he wants. So he's like tipping the bowl over, whatever.
Yeah.
Luke,
he communicates, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I found myself saying the same things, that Tanner would say, like, Luke, treat it over or whatever, kind of being talking stern to him.
Yeah.
He kind of needs the boundaries, but anyway, we would take him for a couple nights at a time back then. And it just kind of became, and then he just assumed when we came over that he was going to leave with us, often with me. And then we'd bring him back and he was kind of like half and half. And then after Tanner passed away, I was taking him mostly for my benefit because I wanted, I wanted a little buddy to kind of cuddle with or hang out with or whatever, just to kind of.
So you had Polar, which was your dog.
Yeah.
And he passed away a few months after Tanner did.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
And Polar was your little buddy.
Yeah. He was my little buddy. We had him for like 7-8 years.
Yeah.
And a good little dog, cute little, basically our dogs are they're like cats. Let's be honest. They're the little white dogs that I used to make fun of when I was young and lived in the country or a small town and we all had labs.
Yeah.
And we made fun of the little white poodle type dogs. Right. But in the city, honestly, little dogs are easier.
Yeah.
You don't have a big yard. It just kind of makes sense to have a small dog, small yard, small dog. Anyway, so, and they're in the house and big dogs are harder in the house, but.
Which I was just thinking my requirement when we were in Arizona with Luke and I texted you guys, my requirement was, what was it? Do you remember?
For us the requirement for us to take Luke?
Yeah. That you guys would have to have pet insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I have through my work.
Yeah. Which like historically you thought pet insurance was dumb.
Well, I did. I had it once and I didn't use it and it just seemed like a pain. And when I looked at the benefits, anyway, and it pays, so it's helpful. Yeah. It pays like 50%. But it's, pay up front, you get reimbursed. It's like a lot of insurance. Paying, but it's worth it. So anyway, and we've used it, anyway, I never thought I'd be the guy that would be taking his dog to get his teeth cleaned. I never thought that would be a thing, but it's a thing.
Yep. You did it last week.
It's kind of expensive, but it's helpful and they need it. And anyway, so
And you cook him eggs every morning.
I don't cook him eggs just once in a while. So we have a ritual. I had it with Polar and now I have it with Luke. It started with the dog before, started with Arnold. So it started with Arnold. I let this dog outside.
Yeah.
Right. And then one time he came back in and he had like an accident, like within 20 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were just outside, but he just went out and wanted right back in.
Oh, yeah.
So I needed a way to make them kind of sniff around, So I started throwing food in the backyard, like some little cut up a quarter of a hot dog.
Yeah.
Cut it in little squares, throw it in the backyard. And then they get a hunt like they're a real dog. They sniff around and then they sniff around and they go to the restroom. So that was the whole point. So he'd sniff around and go to the bathroom and then come back in. And then it just became something I would do in the morning and then maybe once in the evening. But that's like the first thing my dogs do in the morning is they come wake me up, and then now it can get out of control. Like I had can't remember which dog, but he's like waking me up at 3 a.m.
Oh no.
for a snack. Like, no. That's anyway. But in the morning, like after 6 a.m., cut up a hot dog or an egg, whatever, piece of cheese, and you throw it in the backyard, and then they get their little breakfast snack. They go to the bathroom and come back. So that's our little ritual.
Yeah.
And the dogs love it. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's good because it helps cut down on accidents. And you had a toy for Luke that I remember that you bought. And do you remember this? It was shag carpet, but it was like grass.
Oh, was it?
This, and you would put treats on it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that
it was like a little sniff mat. And yes.
Yeah. That toy is what I do. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
But in a real backyard.
Yeah. In the
real
backyard
grass.
Where they can go to the back. But when I saw your toy, I started laughing. I'm like, I do this same thing.
Yeah.
Just in the backyard.
Yeah.
That made me laugh.
In the real world.
Yeah. But yeah, that's anyway, I thought that was hilarious. But fun, anyway, same concept.
How do you feel like Luke helps you with your grief?
Honestly, there's something therapeutic about hugs.
Yeah, he's a big hugger.
He gives really good hugs.
Yeah.
And there's I heard something on podcast that said that cute dogs actually like reduce stress and are good emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
It only works for cute dogs. If your dog's ugly, apparently it gives you no therapeutic benefit, according to this news report I heard.
Yeah.
But fortunately, Luke is a cute dog.
Yeah.
So that's helpful. And anyway, so I honestly it gives you purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You need to. I'm supposed to go on walks every day, and that. I'm not going to go walk by myself.
Yeah.
There's no way I should, but that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But it gives you an excuse to go on a walk, to get up, to take care of somebody else. And I think taking care of someone else is helpful.
Yeah.
Same with Amy Lou,
Mm-hmm.
Gives you a purpose.
So it's absolutely true. Yeah.
Yeah. She, and I think that's what life's about is taking care of other people and maybe other pets to some extent, but especially people. But I'd do anything for Amy.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I love her so much. Love Luke too.
Yeah,
really, really love Amy Lou.
Yeah, well, Luke was the grand dog for 5 years before there was a granddaughter.
Yeah.
So he's very loved and very spoiled.
Yeah, he is. He is. And it's funny though, when like last night we on the anniversary, we watched Tanner's video. It's called what's the legacy? His Tanner's legacy.
Your
video?
life legacy.
Life legacy video, which is awesome. And so well done, by the way. If people don't know what the life legacy video is, those are I was very skeptical when you guys told me about it. I'm like, it's like a home movie, but it's professionally produced and but it's interviews and stories and it's really, really, it's awesome. In fact, I, yesterday, cause there's the Life Legacy main video and then there's some additional videos and I think they're on YouTube, but, there's one where Tanner's talking about his grandparents and I texted the link yesterday to my mom and to Tanner's dad or to Kim's dad, to his grandparents. And, my mom said she watched it and cried.
Yeah.
So, but, anyway, so that was an awesome thing and a wonderful thing to have. But we watched that yesterday and then afterwards we're cleaning up and it was just perfect weather, by the way, yesterday. Storms in Orem, but in Pleasant Grove, perfect weather.
Yeah.
And, but when we were cleaning up and getting ready to go, Luke was just right there by my side, just looking at me like, you're taking me with you.
Yep.
So
he follows you everywhere.
He does. I know. I even take him to work.
Yep.
And he's good for like half a day. My coworkers are very understanding because he's very quiet and he's
yeah.
But the embarrassing thing is that he won't let me go to the restroom without him because it stresses him out.
He doesn't like being alone. Yeah.
So I actually take him into my
So he
coworkers.
sits right in front of you and stares at you.
Yeah, I tell him to look away, but yeah, basically, he goes in, and my coworkers, they put up with it, which I appreciate that. I work with some good people, so but yeah, I think I get away with it because of Tanner. If just some employee starts bringing their dog to work out of the blue, he's in the bathroom. There would be comments, but no one said a thing, even though it's a little on the weird side. But
he's your emotional support dog.
He is, and I think I'm his emotional support animal.
Oh, for sure, you are his emotional support animal. Yep,
or emotional support human.
Yeah.
So, but it's been a blessing to have him, and anyway, and it's great being a grandparent. So, yeah. You guys are taking a trip, and you've invited us to go. And I'm very tempted to stay behind and watch Amy Lou.
Yep.
So trips are nice.
I think I foresee you much rather hanging out with Amy Lou for that time.
I think so. And the thing is that kids grow up so fast. And they change so quick. And where she's at right now, there's something new every week, like completely new. Anyway. So yeah, I'd like to hang out with her, and she's just hilarious too. She's funny and good natured.
Yeah, she is.
About her, even though she tried to steal her cousin's pacifier last night multiple times.
It's crazy because she doesn't even like pacifiers.
Yeah, it was the one thing.
That, that she has that.
Yeah, like I remember that.
Yeah,
it was nostalgia.
Yeah,
I remember having those. Yeah, I don't remember seeing Amy Lou with the pacifier.
I tried so hard. I bought every pacifier known to man and tried it.
I thought it was the other way, that you like didn't think it was good for.
Oh no, I tried real hard, but
no interest.
So, what does moving forward look like for you with this grief that you're always going to be carrying?
I don't know. I probably need to get a therapist. I think I do.
I can help you with that.
Yeah. I punch stuff less than I used to.
Is that kind of what you would do? Is you just like punch things when like you would feel a grief coming up?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Yeah.
Punch your steering wheel. And then I realize this thing has an airbag, and that would be bad.
Oh, yeah.
So then I'm like, I probably shouldn't punch the steering wheel. But, when you're by yourself, swearing, I start swearing. I swore a lot this last year.
Yeah.
And that's probably not very helpful, but it's in the moment, it sometimes feels a little bit cathartic. But some therapy would probably help me to redirect some of that in a little more healthy way. But I don't feel the need to do that as much as I did in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So
do what? Therapy or punch things?
Punch stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Therapy. I don't know. I don't think. Well, I think therapy would have been helpful for my family when we were young, and we lost my dad. And I understand therapy would probably be helpful now, but it's like exercise. You understand it's probably necessary and a good thing, but actually doing it is always kind of inconvenient and a pain.
But I think it seems like, at least when we've done family therapy in the past, that you like it. Once you get there, you talk a lot, which is good.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's in the moment, you realize how helpful it is, but it's making the plan, and it's I don't know. You still have to plan for it, right?
Yeah,
you have to be forward thinking.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm not the planner, like organizer, forward thinker. I'm, again, very different than, like, you and Tanner were a great couple because you complement each other a lot.
Yeah.
And you, as you know, were the planner, the list maker, the organizer, and Tanner was the
fly by the seat of his pantser.
He was go with it, the support guy, the lovable guy, and just the and anyway. So, I just need to do it, or Kim will and I'm the same way with Kim. Kim's the organizer. She makes the list. She does that stuff. So, but Kim's, she's going through her things too. So she's not, but I've noticed Kim and it's taken like a year, and now she's starting to be more, she has the strength and the energy to make plans and to I don't know. It's almost for a year we were a little bit immobile,
Yeah, totally.
I don't know if there's a better word for it, but we were just kind of, I don't know. It's hard to describe it. But you don't feel like doing much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I've been seeing a change, and I think I just see Kim and myself and Spencer doing more than we were doing 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Socially or in general.
Anything else that you see yourself like moving forward with grief or like legacy remembering with Tanner?
We have a lot of old photos that we need to go through, and it sounds silly, but scrapbooking is not as popular as it used to be. But I think some put together like a Tanner album. We have a lot of Tanner photos, but I think there's something cool about printing photos and actually physically having them. Because we have them digitally, but digital stuff, computers crash, hard drives go bad. It's nice to have printed things. But I don't know. I think just staying in Amy Lou's life and watching her grow up and just I don't know, just being there for her and other nephews and nieces and staying connected to family, just enjoying life and enjoying the things that Tanner liked to do. I still get a newsletter from an orphanage down on the Navajo reservation because Tanner, for his Eagle project, took a load of toys and some money and clothes down, and just stuff like that. I think is just to live our lives and be productive and be less immobile. Yeah, be more active in things. That's it. Okay. That's all I can think of.
Yeah. Final question.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you have something else?
No.
I was just going to ask one or multiple of your favorite memories that you have with Tanner.
When he was about 7 or 8, and we were in Taiwan at the time, and he had lost a tooth. Probably one of the last times that he's like coming to me with a tooth, like for the tooth fairy thing. And I totally forgot, right? He put it under his pillow, and I'm like, okay, and then he woke up and there's his tooth under his pillow. There's no money. So he comes to me, he's like, Dad, my tooth was under my pillow. There wasn't any money. I'm like, oh, and then I can't believe I did this. I reached in my back pocket, pulled out my wallet, and handed him a bill, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, 5 yuan bill or whatever. I don't remember the currency we had over there, but I think it was probably a 5. And he looked at me kind of funny, like, what? And then he says, you're the tooth fairy? And I'm like, oh, crud, what did I just do? I'm like, I didn't even know what to say, but I could see him, putting some things together.
Moving, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I am, I'm trying, oh no, where do we go with this?
Yeah.
And then I think it's going to be the end of all the major holidays. Like he's going to put lots of stuff together. And I'm like, oh, Kim is going to kill me. This is not good. And then he just got this excited look on his face. He's like, does Mom know?
I love the innocence.
Yeah. And then we were good because I changed the subject when we went to the park. And
does Mom know?
Yeah, but does Mom know? I just thought that was, So like we got home from Taiwan, and he's like going into the 3rd grade, and our first Christmas home, he's like, a lot of the kids don't believe in Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah. He's just so innocent.
I'm like, really? Wow, that's weird. It's like, yeah. Anyway, I'm like, no, I know he's real because he found me even when I was in Taiwan. He found me. Yeah, I remember him in Taiwan though too, talking to the kids about Santa Claus, and he's like, no, it's real, and they're like, it's not real. He's like, yeah, and his friends are like, no, that's an American thing. There's no Santa in Taiwan. You're not going to get any presents on Christmas. We don't have Christmas over here. He's like, oh yeah, I am. And he was right. He was so excited.
Yeah.
And he went back and told his friends, you guys are all wrong. I got presents.
Yeah. Santa's real.
Yeah. And that proved it is fine. That was proof, right? He had proof that Santa was real. Yeah. No, but Tanner was just a lot of fun. Another time, so when Tanner turned 8, Kim's parents came over. And I baptized in the LDS faith. We usually baptize our kids when they turn 8.
Yeah.
We just feel like that's about the age where they can understand right and wrong. And they can understand the concept of faith and repentance and baptism. So I baptized him, and then Kim's dad, Milton Watts, set him apart and confirmed him.
Yeah.
And it was a special thing. One of the sisters in the Taiwanese ward bore a testimony, and she said that was the first time she saw the church actually work like it's supposed to on a generational level. It's the first time she ever saw a father baptize and a grandfather confirm, because it's a young church, a church of converts, and she just opened her eyes like, oh, this is how it will be or should be, or, just anyway. So, and Tanner's grandparents, they gave him a ring that,
oh yes.
And the ring, it just said, I am a child of God, a little silver ring. And so he took it to school, 2nd grade, and his friend, someone asked him, what does your ring say? And he holds it up proudly to his friends, and he says, this ring says, one ring to rule them all.
Lord of the Rings, let's go.
So one ring, and he's in 2nd grade. I thought that's so funny.
That is so funny.
I mean, this wonderful missionary moment, blown to heck, right? Completely ruined, but still so funny. And anyway, that was
so funny. So Tanner, I feel like he never changed. He was always like that.
Yeah. And so Tanner wasn't perfect. He was a good kid, but he also, you got that boy side of him too. Also in Taiwan, I wasn't even there, but he was with a friend of ours, and they were out driving, doing errands, and she had this little Toyota. And in the sewer grates over there, they're not metal grates, but they're just concrete with holes drilled in them.
Yeah.
Holes that are like an inch in diameter. And that's the sewer grate, basically. And Tanner had her keys. For some reason, she handed Tanner her keys, and he just looked down, and he was standing over one of those sewer grates, and he's like, I wonder if, and he just let go.
Dropped it.
Went right through one of those holes. Like, he didn't think he would actually, but that's that little boy thing.
Intrusive thoughts. You're like,
I wonder what would happen if, and then it went right through, and he looked up, and I don't know if she saw it go through or if he just told her, but they had to, that cost, she had to replace all of her keys.
Oh yeah.
So that's Tanner too. Just, that spontaneous kind of like, I wonder what would happen if kind of a thing. So
I love that. I love hearing those memories. Thank you for sharing.
No, my pleasure. Anyway, my pleasure. Happy to do. I think I was glad to come on your podcast and
thank you.
Talk about Tanner. It's an honor. And
well, all of this is because of Tanner and is for Tanner.
Yeah. So I that's what I was thinking. It would be a kind of an honor, a nice tribute to him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I bet he's really proud of you because he knows his dad.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you for coming and letting us witness your grief and hear more about Tanner. And we love you and we love Tanner. So thanks, Tom.
Welcome. Thanks, Shay.
Okay, everybody, that was our season finale episode. Thank you so much for watching Grief Witness and helping others feel heard in their grief. And it's been such an honor to witness everyone's grief this season. We hope to be back for a future season. So thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe. Bye-bye.